Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killerrodan. So for this video, of course, I'll be responding to an article again, which is fun. I've done videos like this quite often before. I made a truck ton of videos similar to this, so I figured, why stop now? What's another one? Anyway, so let's just get to the point because there's quite a bit to unpack here. I do mean quite a bit. Because it's stupid. And it's stupid because this relates to Jehovah Witnesses. Yeah, I'm talking about these bastards again. Oh, a bunch of pests. Oh boy. And yes, this also relates to the fact that it's related to sex, of course. I mean, okay, all right. Aside from the fact I'm a massive pervert, I want to discuss how these individuals have a terrible, awful, dreadful view when it comes just anything remotely sexual. And no, don't be thinking that, oh, just because yeah, they're very traditional, by the way. They're very traditional. And no, don't think that if you're straight, you'll be alright. Nope. Even if you're straight, you can be the straightest human being in existence, and you can be the most heterosexual person, like, of all time. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, because these individuals, even you're just going to be complete. Let's assume that everybody on Earth is straight, okay? Just hypothetically speaking. So what? That doesn't matter because these individuals are really restrictive of what you can and can't do in the bedroom. I find it really creepy if you ask me, but okay. But yes, when it comes to sexuality, is diverse in sexuality. And just because somebody's gay, that doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna like the same thing like the next gay guy. Just like how not all straight people are into legs, not all straight people are into like one specific thing. Of course, is what I'm getting at. Same with the gay people. Just because one gay person is into one thing, that doesn't necessarily mean that the next gay person is going to be into the same thing. This also applies to people who are bisexual, people who are lesbian, so on and so forth. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to get at. But this group of people can't comprehend that. They can't. There's a diversity when it comes to sexuality, regardless of you're straight or whatever else, or even if you're just questioning your sexuality. Even then, there's gonna be a bit of a diverse what one person on the other when you think about it. Okay, one person is questioning their sexuality, might be into this or that thing, and then the next person who's also questioning their sexuality may not be into the same thing. So I'm getting at. Even then, even when you question your sexuality, there'll be a diverse kind of expression when it comes to this. Like, for example, some people might be into like cheerleaders, some people might be into clowns, some people might be into makeup, or maybe Halloween related stuff. It looks like there's so much you can talk about right there. But again, these Jehovah Witnesses have no idea what any of this means. But more specifically, so does the Bible really comment on same-sex marriages? So of course, it's something I've mentioned before, obviously, because yes, these people are homophobic, very homophobic. And anyway, as this article here states that their creator established rules governing marriages long before governments began regulating the institution. Well, that's a flat out lie right there, of course. And yeah, that's the thing with the Jehovah Witnesses. They're acting as if their religion has been around like forever, even though technically speaking, the Catholic faith and the Baptist faith, or even the Christian faith, all these and others have been around a lot longer than their religion. But are they going to acknowledge that? Of course not. Anyway, of course they're going to believe in that a man marries a woman. That's really is what this argument is really implying. Of course. And yes, if a woman does the thing to another one like a man and wife, though, they'll be condemned, of course. And supposedly Jesus confirmed this allegedly, which doesn't really make any sense. I don't know how Jesus will care really. Why would Jesus care? I thought you should love thy neighbor and all that jazz. You don't seem like it. But anyway, as this article would say that, thus God intended marriage to be a permanent, intimate bond between a man and a woman. Men and women are designed to complement each other so that they may be capable of satisfying each other emotionally and sexual needs, providing children. So basically, yes, making babies. That's it. That's all they really view women as nothing more than baby makers, which, yes, obviously is incredibly sexist. And again, like I said before, if a woman wants to have like multitude of different babies, if a woman wants to have a truck ton of babies, and that's okay. If she gives consent to this kind of thing, that's fine. There's not inherently wrong with wanting to have a truck ton of kids. If the couple wants to have like a truck ton, sure. If you can somehow afford it and have the emotional strength to do this kind of thing, then yes, by all means, go for it. I'm not going to be saying here, oh, I'm anti-baby making. Obviously not. So yeah, well, like I said, ultimately that's what this entire thing boils down to. That's it, really. That's it. That's it. That's let it. I know it sounds like I'm way oversimplifying it, but at the end of the day, that's what these people are thinking about. This. They're gonna assume like this is like a common thing. It's a common It's a common belief that if gay people start hooking up all around the world in every country, in every city, in every town, the population of people is going to suddenly decrease. That's a flat out lie. Just because they're part of the LGBT plus community, inherently does not mean that there's going to be a decrease of population. It does not mean that they don't want any babies, like at all. So I never understood this perspective because ultimately and logically, it doesn't make any sense. So how is being gay stopping someone from wanting to have kids? I don't know. So how is it stopping being maybe a lesbian or whatever else you can think of? How does this prevent the person from wanting to have children? How? Like, how exactly does this happen? It's never explained, obviously. Yes, I realize that people out there are going to try to explain this away, but it doesn't matter what explanation you're trying to throw away, go this way. It's not going to make any sense at all. Oh, but this, but X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to add up. It's not going to ever add up. Oh, because of this, that, this, and that, and the third. It's not going to add up. Again, just because someone's from the LGBT plus community, that in itself does not prevent someone from wanting to start a family. We also they don't already have kids and all that jazz. It does not stop them from wanting to get pregnant. It does not stop them from wanting to have kids and all that jazz. Again, assuming they don't only have like a kid or two up at this point, or just start a family. Like how? How exactly? A legitimate answer. I mean, an actual logical, legitimate answer. How does that mean that? And besides that, you realize not everyone is interested in having a family. Some people out there prefer to be fatherless and motherless. Some people prefer to not want to have any kids at all. And that's a valid feeling. And that's part of valid feeling. Just like how it's valid to want kids. If you don't want kids, sure. And if you don't want to have kids, that's okay too. Not everyone is suited to be a parent. And that's it. You might be designed by nature to want kids. Doesn't that in itself does not necessarily mean you want to have kids, nor if you're capable of having kids. The like the basically, if I have to oversimplify this entire thing, the mother father instinct kind of thing. Even if you do have that instinct, that doesn't necessarily mean you want it either. You have to think about that. Why others just don't have it like at all. But ultimately, that's what this article is trying to go at. Have kids, have kids, have kids, have babies, have babies, have babies. Okay, aside from the fact that somehow the LGBT plus is incapable of having kids, which they can. I don't see how they're incapable of doing that, but okay. Like the old saying goes, there's more ways than skin a cat. Like, no shit, show, like, duh. So it's just blah, 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 blah. God, I mean, Jehovah this, Jehovah that, Jehovah this. Well, if Jehovah is so displeased with the LGBT plus community, why can't he just come down? He has to come anyway. Come down and explain that himself. No, literally, right now, this very second. What's stopping him from doing that? I don't give me that nonsense that you have to have a pleasant relationship with God. That doesn't make any sense either. I mean, I really don't want to go into that right now because there's a lot to explain that. Because for one, if God is Jehovah is all powerful, why does he need a book to give people this information? He's all powerful. He's beyond human understanding, right? So this means this could be other ways to give this information and whatnot. He's all powerful. So why just limit his power to a book? That's what I don't get. Don't limit his power to just a book. There should be a multitude of different ways to get this information out. The actual biblical truth, as the Jehovah's will claim, there should be a ton of different ways for Jehovah to do this. So what's stopping them? There's like 50 questions on that alone. Anyway, moreover, is I kind of losing, kind of went off track there. But anyway, point being is that, of course, that article I just showed you is attempting to use the quote. Oh, this biblical quote said this. This biblical said that, and that somehow would justify their bigotry and whatnot. It's very tribalistic. Is what I'm getting at. It's very, very tribalistic. That's all it is. It's not about tribalism. That's all it is. It's just tribalism. When you think at the end of the day. And you mean to tell me that there's so many crimes being committed every day, every single day? It's like nonstop. There's crimes being committed in every waking hour and every hour whenever sleep. And during the nighttime, during the morning, during the afternoon, it's nonstop. Somebody's committing a crime right this second, like right now. Right now. Somebody's committing a crime as you watch this video. As you watch this video, someone's committing a crime, like right this very second. So you mean to tell me that God has his priorities all fucked up? That's a fucked up priority too. He's more worried about if two gay people are kissing. What? That's really stupid. That is really stupid. So Jehovah apparently has nothing else to do than to just watch gay people to make sure they're not up to something evil. Apparently, within just an ounce of logic, it's just really confusing with them. It's very, very confusing. At the end of the day, like what? Why would Jehovah care? Why? Why would he? Of all the damn things in the entire fucking world, he'd be so pissed off with this. It seems like it's such a minor thing in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the whole grand universe. What about the aliens? Maybe those evil aliens that's killing other aliens. How about that? I don't know. I don't get it. This seems really bizarre if you ask me. There are all things to be worried about. Not that I'm trying to say being gay is small compared to the grand scheme of things, but what I'm saying, there are other things to be worried about. Is what I'm saying. There are other things to be worried about. Matter of fact, there are better things to be worried about than gay people fucking. There are other things to be worried about than them having sex. Seems kind of odd. Seems really bizarre. Like you're gonna be really into what they're doing in the bed. That's weird. That's really weird. I don't know. This is really confusing. This is just really confusing to think about it. Like of all things and whatnot, of all the things you're gonna be worried about is this. Of all things, is this. Is this. This seems weird. It's so bizarre. You're gonna be just really concerned of what two consenting adults or more are doing behind closed doors. And this is what you chose to be worried about. Like of all things, I know I know there are Jehovah's Witness churches out there that are struggling financially. Shouldn't you be more concerned about keeping your church alive, financially speaking, of course, than talking about this. What the hell? I don't get it. I don't understand the what's going on here because, again, logically, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, like at all, and whatsoever. Just no. They're not bothering you, so why are you bothering them? Then the Jehovah Witnesses will just go on to say, "Oh, you're the ones putting an agenda," which is lie. The Jehovah Witnesses, if anybody's pushing an agenda, is the Jehovah's Witnesses. So I still don't get why these people should even give a rat's ass about what they're doing in the bedroom. Were you jealous or something? I know, like I said before, I think the whole thing with sex before marriage is stupid anyway. But that aside, I mean, yes, there's this whole thing. There is this whole thing called sexual compatibility. So how are you supposed to know if you're sexual compatible if you don't fuck beforehand? I don't get it. Anyway, I don't get anything. This is stupid. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm done here. This is just absurd. It's asinine. It's just whatever. It's dumb. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Take care. See ya.